Welcome to Salem. We shall begin our tour in downtown Salem at the Joshua Ward House, located at 148 Washington Street. The Joshua Ward House is one of the most haunted houses in America. It was the home of Joshua Ward, a wealthy sea captain. Most believe the house is haunted by George Corwin, the High Sheriff during the witch trials. The Joshua Ward House was built on the foundation of his old house, and for many years Corwin was buried in the basement. His body was eventually moved to the Broad Street Cemetery, but many believe his spirit still lingers around the house. All sorts of strange things have happened there. Objects had moved on their own, candles had been removed from their holders and bent into S shapes. People who have worked in the building over the years have also seen a ghostly woman roaming the floors. Short walk north of Washington Street will bring you to Lapin Park, where you will find the bewitched statue, donated by TV Land and was officially dedicated on June 15, 2005. The statue depicts actress Elizabeth Montgomery astride a broom and framed by a moon crescent. In 1692, 14 women and 6 men were accused of being witches, were tried, convicted, and executed. The Witch Trials Memorial was dedicated by Nobel laureate Elie Wiesel in August 1992. The design was selected in an international competition that received 246 entries. The winning design by Maggie Smith and James Cutler was inspired by the Vietnam Memorial. The memorial consists of 20 granite benches cantilevered from a low stone wall surrounding an area adjoining the old burying point. The benches are inscribed with the name of the accused and the means and the date of execution. Old Burying Point of the Charter Street Cemetery is the oldest cemetery in Salem and the second oldest known cemetery in the country, started in 1637. It is located on Charter Street next to the Witch Trials Memorial and contains many famous individuals, such as Jonathan Corwin, John Hawthorne, who were judges in the Salem witch trials, Samuel Bradstreet, who was the governor of Massachusetts, and many more interesting historical figures. Founded in 1799 by America's first global entrepreneurs, the Peabody Essex Museum is a museum of international art and culture, dedicated to connecting art to the world in which it is made. park sits across the street from the main entrance to the Peabody, Essex Museum, with a replica of Paul Revere Bell. Constructed on the site of the old Salem Armory, the United States National Guard traces its roots to Salem, when the East Regiment of the Massachusetts Militia was formed in 1636. Peabody Essex Museum facilities ranked among the 25 largest art museums in the nation. A suite of new galleries dedicated to changing exhibitions is among the largest on the East Coast. The Peabody Essex is one of the nation's major museums for age and art. The historic houses and gardens, the American decorative art, and maritime art collections provide an unrivaled spectrum of New England's heritage over 300 years. On Broad Street, stop by the Pickering House, which has been occupied by members of the Pickering family since the first section of the house was built in 1651. This fascinating house is open to visitors. From the hill and historic Broad Street Cemetery across the street, generations of Pickerings keep eternal watch over their ancestral home. This densely settled residential area of the city contains one of the greatest concentrations of notable pre-1900 domestic structures extant in the U.S. With few exceptions, the major architectural styles common to the region during the 1640 to 1940 period are represented. Of particular interest are the numerous Federal-era townhouses lining Chestnut Street. Collectively, they stand as a monument to the mercantile and maritime ascendancy of Salem in the latter 18th and early 19th centuries, and constitute one of the most beautiful streetscapes in America. Phillips House is the only home on historic Chestnut Street open to the public. It provides a glimpse into the private world of the Phillips family during the early decades of the 20th century. The kitchen, pantry, and domestic staff bedroom present a rarely seen picture of how the great houses functioned as new technologies were being introduced. Hamilton Hall is a Federalist gem of historic Chestnut Street, which has been called the most beautiful street in America. Hamilton Hall has hosted many memorable social and cultural events, including debutante balls, dinners for the heads of state, and a visit by the French hero Marquis de Lafayette in 1824. Built in 1642, this is one of the oldest dwellings in the United States. It was the home of Jonathan Corwin, magistrate during the witchcraft hysteria of 1692, It remained in the Corwin family well into the 1800s. It was rescued from demolition and restored by Historic Salem Incorporated in 1944. When in Salem, be sure to check all the side streets for the little hidden gems like the Witch Cottage and the Griffin Theater. The mood is set from the moment you enter the Witch Dungeon Museum. You are there, in Salem Village in 1692, and you are guaranteed a unique educational experience with a chill or two. October in Salem. Haunted Happenings is Salem's annual celebration of Halloween. The month kicks off with a parade through downtown Salem. Motorcycle clubs gather for a Halloween run for charity, starting in Boston and ends in downtown Salem. Just love that rumble and roar. The month-long festival attracts people from all around the world. It offers a little something for everyone. A sidewalk bazaar which has a wide variety of vendors, theater shows, musical events, carnival attractions, haunted houses, psychic fairs, costume balls, tours of Salem's historic sites, a large number of intriguing gift shops, and of course many fine restaurants. The festival comes to a climatic conclusion Halloween night, with 60,000 plus gather dressed in costumes for a night of fun and excitement. Then it's over until next year. Salem was once the most important ports in the nation. Historic buildings, wharfs, and reconstructed tall ship at the Salem Maritime tell the stories of sailors, Revolutionary War privateers, and merchants who brought the riches of the Far East to America. The Friendship is a reconstruction of a 171-foot, three-masted Salem East Indiaman built in 1797. Arrived on September 1st, 1998, the National Park Service Salem Maritime National Historic Site in Salem, she is the largest wooden Coast Guard certified sailing vessel to be built in New England in more than a century. Built in 1818, the U.S. Custom House is most famous because one of its employees, Nathaniel Hawthorne. At the House of Seven Gables, also known as the Turner Ingersoll Mansion, you will discover a mysterious secret staircase where you least expect it. Built in 1668, this is the oldest surviving 17th century wooden mansion in New England. The House of Seven Gables inspired author Nathaniel Hawthorne to write his legendary novel of the same name. Salem Willows is renowned for the European white willow trees planted here in 1801 to form a shaded walk. Visitors flock here during the summer to enjoy the sunshine, the arcades, and the park's ample picnic grounds. People from all around the area come to Salem Willows to enjoy the summer concerts that are performed here, including the famous Witch Duck concert. Salem Village provides a seaside promenade popular throughout Essex County, Boston, and beyond. The area also possesses residential and historical importance. A tenting ground, established in the mid-19th century, gave way to summer cottages, which are now the center of a distinctive year-round neighborhood. Built in 1930, Pioneer Village is America's first living history museum. The village sits on 3 acres of land and contains various examples of colonial architecture: dugouts, wigwams, thatched roof cottages, and a governor's fair house. Culinary and medicinal gardens and a blacksmith shop further interpret early 17th century colonial life. Pioneer Village is nestled between the woods and the ocean, a 10-minute drive from downtown in Salem's Forest River Park. The first church in Salem is one of the oldest churches founded in North America. Its 377-year history began when 30 of the newly arrived Puritan settlers of the Massachusetts Bay Colony gathered to form a church on August 6, 1629. The Ropes Mansion is now owned by the Peabody Essex Museum. It was home to Nathaniel and Abigail Ropes. Nathaniel Ropes was a judge during the witch trials. It is a gorgeous mansion, and the gardens behind the house are just as beautiful. Salem has so much more to offer than what you have seen here. Salem is a city that thinks and acts like a town. Hope you enjoyed this brief look at Salem, and I hope to see you soon in the Witch City, Salem, Massachusetts.